Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting Warframe for Dummies. Today we're going to talk about something super spoilery, so before anything, please, spoiler alert. Now I will say this much, these are the Void missions. Now what are you going to say, Void missions? Well, they start with Void, that's what I'm going to call them. So if you do not know where to go, you will need to go here. And now, here's what you need to know. Now, after completing all that fun stuff, you will notice that you now are able to go to the Zariman. So let's head on over to the Zariman. As you can see down here, there's a Grineer ship. Every now and then, you will actually have either the Grineer or the Corpus trying to invade here. Now, as you can see that there are a few different things already popping out. You can see the different nodes, and yes, they do different things. The main area is the chrysalis right here, or chrysalith, sorry. And then you have your dormer zone. Now, if you have played the Deviri Paradox, you kind of know where you've already been in your dormer zone, and if you played the New War, you've been in there as well. So as you can see, we have a mission called Void Armageddon, the regular mobile defense, and exterminate, Void Cascade, and Void Flood. Now if you have played the Deviri Paradox, this one shouldn't freak you out too much. There's a little extra stuff, but we will go over everything. So I'm going to take us into the chrysalis. Now what I am going to say is, while in here, your main thing you want to know about, and I'm going to fast travel to there, is Archimedes, the Archimedes Yanta. Now, the one thing you definitely want to know about is the exchange for your Void plumes. You will be finding these things throughout missions. But as you can see, the pinions, you want to get these guys as much as possible, because that's 5,000. The rest of them are 2,500, 2,500, and 1,000. So if you can get as many of the Void plumes as the Void plume pinions as possible, you'll get your standing up extremely fast. So right now I'll even get mine up. So max it out. Oh yikes! Not 7. And what? I just need 1,000. Actually, I have plenty of these guys. Now, as you can also see, if you have trade Lua thrax plasm, you actually can get Varuna through here. And the only way to get Lua thrax plasm is through the 2 missions on Lua. Now, I highly suggest you come way over here. You can do the nodes, and I would suggest doing the nodes right away, but I would also come over here and talk to Quinn, because here is where you can get all your bounties. And as you can see, that each and every bounty actually has a little extra objective. So this one's a 70 through 75. It's an exterminate mission, but you will have to awaken a Void Angel and defeat it. So we're actually going to do this real quickly as the beginning, because I want to show you how to defeat a Void Angel. I personally would highly suggest for your operator something that you can use at a range. So this one is more of a flamethrower. I would probably suggest using something like this, which is a lot less like a flamethrower. I would also suggest using Matter-Eye, and the only reason why I'm suggesting to use Matter-Eye would have to be for this and this alone. This ability is great for taking down Void Angels. Now, when I get in there, you will see the reason as to why. And you don't have to run all the way over there. You can just hop into this orb, and it'll teleport you all the way over to here. Here is where you go to select all your missions, but if you already have a bounty going, you can just roll right on in. Now, I am playing solo with my Riot because I love him. He's awesome. Ugly as sin still, but he's awesome.
Shut up, bitch!
Now, while doing these missions, you will find this console, and it requires a key. Now, if you listen during the mission, you will hear this very high-pitched noise right now, and it is a key. Once you get close to it, you pick it up and return it. Just like this.
Wonderful! Your star is certainly on the rise, child.
Alright, now after battling everything in this mission, it's time to fight the Void Angel. And as you see, you walk up to it, you activate it, and then you wait. Now, once it becomes active, it's going to fight you. And it's a little mini boss. You will have 3 particular phases. You will have to damage it enough so that it's weakened. And then the little orb pops up. You will need to go into the orb. Now at this point, you are just trying to stay alive and bring down its shields. As soon as you do, just like this, and as you see I used the ability, it'll be weakened and it'll go down to its next one. If the Void Angel is able to regenerate its shield, you will not be able to continue to the next phase. Now at this point in the fight, these giant glowing orbs are protecting it, so you will have to use your Void Sling in order to be able to damage it more. But as you see, it goes out of bounds and it seems like you can't shoot it. That's why I went with the long range amp, able to shoot it and still take it down quickly. And just like that, towards the end of the fight, you finally get your pinion. Void Angels are probably the best place to get these pinions, and I would highly suggest just farming for Void Angels. You can do it solo, but I'd suggest just doing it anyways. Alright, the very first mission type that we are going to go over is called Void Cascade. Now, the first thing you will notice is that there is a Exilus Purifier. You need to go in and you need to attack these 3 portal-looking things. Now, as soon as you enter the sphere, you will be thrust into your Tenno. You just use your void powers to attack it like such. And then as soon as you hit all 3 of them, you will then have to attack the center sphere with your Tenno powers as well. Once that is complete, you will see the ghost solidify, and once that is done, you will need to then attack and then kill said thrax unit. Now, once this is up, you can see the left bar. It is yellow and red. You are the yellow. You need to make sure you are dominating. The best way to complete your Exilizers is by pulling in enemies and killing them within the yellow sphere. Every now and then you will see an enemy unit try and attack the Excalizer itself. It'll even say Excalizer under attack, and your job is to go and defend it. Now, if they do take it over, you will have to do this whole thing all over again. Now, once it's done, you can move on to the next one. It's very simple, just like that. After completing 3 of these, it is the next round, and then it restarts all over again. I would also highly suggest doing this in a group. I'm doing this solo because I don't want to bring anyone else in, but as you can see, you could still do it solo. Moving on to the next one, it is called Void Flood. Now, if you have played in the Deviri Paradox, you have seen this before. If not, keep watching and I'll let you know exactly what to do. So as you will see, you have a floating thing with you. Now with this floating thing, you will have to make sure you get these things called Void Plasm or Vitoplast, whatever they call it. It's the glowing, weird looking inky orbs. Your job, fill up the orb next to you and go to the weird looking Void Angel gate. And you are to essentially fill them up. And you'll see that they're in clusters all around. And all you have to do to collect them is just go right through them. You can also kill enemies and they will also drop said Vitoplast on the ground. You will pick them up and deposit them as well. I would not worry about enemies. The only enemy type I would even try shooting at would have to be any of the Eximus units. Eximus units usually drop big orbs, and you will see them on the ground, and I would suggest grabbing them. You will also see on the mini-map every now and then, there was an orb flying around, and it's a big one too, and you can jump into it and collect it. Now, if you do over-collect, don't worry, you won't be able to collect any more, which is great. Now you see the vertical bar to the left with the 3 eyes? You want to make sure 100% it does not go up at all. The more it goes up, things start getting interesting. Now, you can make it go down by closing gates, and that's fine. At the end of closing, I believe it's 3 gates, you will have 1 enemy to kill. After you kill that, it'll go to the next round. And now for the very last Void mission called Void Armageddon. Now, I know it sounds very intimidating, and it very much is. This one you probably do want to do with a group if you don't know what you're doing. So when you go into the mission, you will see that there is a reliquary drive. That big finger, you are supposed to defend it. But there are at least 2 points or 3 points you will also have to defend. They're little towers, it's very easy, you have to defend those. They have no shields, but they have health. I'm not 100% sure if you're able to heal them at all, but if you're able to, definitely do so. Now you see these yellow tuning forks? Once you get the Armageddon, which enemies will drop, and you will get them shipped in, you can put a number of turrets that are time locked around in particular areas. And they all do different things, and they all cost different things. Now you don't always need to put them anywhere, but they do help. I would suggest putting maybe the miniguns, if not the missile launcher, near it. It would help a solo player. If you have other people, it may hinder, it may help. Whatever you decide, make sure it is worth the Armageddon. Now, after a number of rounds, you will have to defeat a Void Angel, and as I shown before, it's very easy. There are no 3 health bars, you will just need to defeat the 2. The last part of this I want to talk about is if any of the towers that you are defending do go down, they will be pulled back. As you can see, before you go into any of the areas, you would see that there are additional tuning fork spots to build turrets. So they will be pulled back if one of them goes down. If they get all the way to the finger, then it is game over and you have failed the mission. After you defeat the Void Angel, you can leave, and if you can't stay, no one will blame you, and it is totally fine, but you will be able to leave, and they give you a little bit of time. Anyways, that is it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment below, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and stay cool. Goodbye!